Folks, welcome back to my channel. I've come back on to do some more Digi stamps from Craft Addiction. These are designed by somebody called Louise Dunn, who's one of the design team members. So she makes some amazing cards. They're so lovely. So I've cut out a few more different ones. I've still got the duck, got the reindeer, and I've got this cat, and then I've got two wee cats, a parent cat and a baby cat. I've got a few other extras here as well, but you do get the you can get some nice sentiments as well, and as I say, you get, so what you do is you download these, pay for them, but they're yours forever, so they're pretty good. And you also get ones that are uncoloured, so you could colour these in. You know, it doesn't have to be the red and the yellow of the reindeer here. You get coloured ones and you get uncoloured, so you could change that to blue or green or just any colour you want it to be. So that's another option as well. So check out these Digi stamps, I like them. They are on CraftaddictionUK.com's website. I'll link their web page in the description box, and I've just got a couple of 6x6 cards here just to do a couple of wee bits, easy bits with. It's all cut out, which is good. What I did last night in the evening was I just cut a lot of these out so that, you know, they were ready. And this was just some of the stuff I used on the other cards. So I had a bit left of this embossing folder, snowflake embossing, and then I had a few of the circles cut out because I obviously used that on the other card. If you check my video before this one, you will see these cards there, but then I decided I'll just punch a few more and we'll make a little front with some of the little images peeking up. This one I'm going to use the two cats, and then I've got these gummy pan, bow and mistletoe I've cut out. I'm going to colour them in with alcohol markers. I think I've got this nice red piece from Carnation Crafts, the grey pieces from there as well, and the rest is silk and weave. So yeah, let's just start. So I'm going to start with this one first, pop that to the side, and as I say, it's 6x6 base. You can have it 10 fold or just normal folding, and then this piece is the grey piece, which is just 1/4 of an inch, so 5 3/4. I think just might not even be quite 5 3/4. I think it's just a few eighths shorter. Could actually just maybe slightly take that down a wee bit more, just a slither, I think. So that's 5 3/4. I'll just take it down another eighth off all the way around, well, on two sides, so that it is going to be the same. So just so it creates a wee bit more of a border. I think that bit should be okay. Let's just check. So that just gives an extra sort of nice border going round. Oh, does it? She says it does. Once I get it in place, it does. Yeah. And then let's just check this piece is still okay. Might have to just take a wee bit off as well from that, because it's nice to have a nice bit of a border. So just a tad off of that, because I'm really near that hole now. And maybe just another bit off of here, not too much. That's fine, it's just a slither really. So pop that to this side, because we want that. So, and then that just creates another border there, so that's nice. So let's just pop this on. So I'm just going to pop this on with glue, wet glue, and then I'm going to pop the white piece up on foam tape, I think. So there we go. I'm just going to have a side opening, and just because you've used the wet glue, it gives you the manoeuvrability to just move it into a good place. That's okay. There's a wee bit more at that side, but it doesn't matter. So I want to pop that onto there, or I can have it like that. Doesn't really matter which way. I think I'll pop that like that. And then I've got my different Digi images. So I've got the reindeer, and these are just cut out of copier paper. And I thought I'd do the last one for the wording, so I've got some wording there. So let's just decide. So I think they probably... Right, let's just pop it up. I actually wonder if it'd be nice on the debossed side for we change instead of the embossed side. We'll try that. Let's try it. Right, I've got some foam tape here. It's running down, but that's okay. So I'm just going to pop a bit down the middle here. Another piece just on the edge here. Way up. Little bit just there. Just put that onto the edge, and this will just lift it up a bit. Not quite cut it long enough, but that's okay. Just put that on the edge like that. Just watch, I've got that over the actual circle. That's fine. And then here, so we want a bit just to fit into here as well. And this bit, because it's really thin, I'm going to have to watch. So I'm going to pop a bit there. And I'm just going to do a tiny wee slithery bit here. So cutting this, I know it's a bit fiddly, but cutting this in half really, just to get a piece thin enough to just kind of go on there. It's just fine. And then we've got a wee extra bit here. Put that in the bin actually, and then I'm just going to add a few extra wee bits just to hold these other bits up. So a bit here, a wee bit here. I'll make sure that's, and a piece here, a couple of bits here, a piece on there, like that, and a piece on here. Right, so I'll pop that down and then I'll come back. Right, so I've done that. So first of all, before I put the little critters in, I want to go over with my sparkly pen, just over this bit of embossing. So I probably should have done it before I put it on, but I didn't think of that, did I? No, but I just want to get some sparkles on it. you can come out. That's better. So just going over all the embossed or debossed side as I've put it on, and there is a bit on there, but I'll be covering that with one of the critters, as I call them. So just going over that whole thing. That's just an extra thing, and obviously because it's debossed, it's only going to go in to the areas that are sticking up, kind of. It's not going to go into really the debossing as much, but that's okay. Don't mind that at all. Just adds a nice wee sparkle to it to finish it off. Right, so what we need to do now is just add these little critters into each space. So let's just decide. I think I'll probably put that one there, that one there maybe, with his tail coming over, I think, and the wee reindeer there, and I'm going to put the wording on that right hand bottom corner. So let's pop these in. Now obviously you can put these on, back these onto card as well, depending on what your project is that you're doing. But because I'm just really sticking them down flat, I didn't actually do that, so I'm just going to pop him on there, like that. This one, just the same thing. So this is a way of really making quite simple batch cards. You could actually make a lot of cards in a batch using these Digi stamps, you know. There we go, that's cool. And then this one, I mean, I could put that one there. No, I've committed to that. Right, I'm just going to put one foot out and one foot in, and then that piece over there, like that. I think that's pretty cute. Right, since I've got glue all over my finger, I'm going to take a wipe and just get rid of that gluey finger. Now I have got a coffee here and it's probably cold, but I'm going to have a slug. And a slug I did have. So we've got these words, which were from the Digi stamps as well. So I'm just trying to think if there's one that would fit into this. So let me see. They have a happy per day, nice, naughty, meow, 100% naughty, 100% nice. Excuse me. Now I'm actually thinking if I've still got it in the drawer, which I may or may not because I've been moving things about. We moved it out of the way, I don't think I've got them on the table. I had some stamps on the table which said a few things, but I've got these stamps. Let's see if I can fit something in there because I don't think I'm going to use those. So this is one from Concord and 9th. No, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just cut one of these out. So it was this punch that I used, which is a very old retired Stampin' Up! Punch, and I'm wondering if I can get one one of these out, but they're so quite near together, so let's just see without getting any of the others. Probably not. Probably not really. No, that's not going to work. Right, I tell you what, I'll leave that, but I am going to add some bits and pieces. I'll leave that, and when I'm finished I'll put something on it, but not at the moment. Right, I'm going to get this tool that picks things up, and I'm just going to put a few bits of something onto this card. So it's a few bits of sequins, so I'm just going to do a tiny dot there, tiny dot, dot there, wee dot there. I know I'm going to put something in there, but I'm still going to put a few wee dots just around. I might put a dot in there as well. So I've got this tiny sequin, and I'm going to pop it onto here. And there's some tiny little stars as well, but see if I can get some of these. These are very old Stampin' Up ones as well. So there's one, that's a wee sequin. That's a sequin that can go in the middle, like that, hopefully. There's a few wee stars, you can just see them here. They are pretty small, but there's a few. There's one there. Let's see if I can. That's a snowflake. Let's just put the snowflake on there. Get rid of that. Right, there's a star. Excellent. Just pop that onto there. It's not come off. Probably because there's quite a bit of glue, but hopefully that'll dry it. Let's see if we can get a bit of red on this one. So these are just all like stars, sequins, different things. There's one there. Let's see if we can get another one of these silver bits. I've got two bits there, so see if we can get one there, and that doesn't show up very well because it's white. Another one of these. They're so small. Oh, I think that's two we've got on there. I want one. And I think that was all the bits I put on. Oh, I might just put a tiddler here. Just a wee bit, like really wee. Come on, stick onto that. That's better. And I want another wee silvery bit. I keep picking up white ones. Let's have another, just another tiny bit there and a bit there. That'll do. So hopefully that will come off. Come on, got to tease it off a bit. It's not for coming off. There we go. That will dry clear, and then I've got this other sequin at the bottom. So that's that card. Now I will, as I say, come in with something. I mean, perhaps I'll do it before the end of the next card getting made. So that's card number 1. Hope you like it. I think it's cute. So card number 2, it is, we're just using the cats with the Santa hats on. Now, what I wanted to do for this bit is, this is 6 by 6, this is 5 3/4. What I'm going to do is rip that bit, and I want the white bit showing because I'm going to pop that like that, and then I probably should be ripping it that way actually because we didn't get the white bit here, so yeah, just rip it that way, and then I'm going to do that just to make, or what I could do is just have that in the middle as well. That's another thing, but I think I'm going to go for this. So just going to cover that, with some glue just to make them a wee bit different, a wee bit different design for them all. And there we go, and then that should have a nice wee edge as well. I mean, I could have embossed these as well, but I didn't. I've just did that. Now I'm wondering if I could actually make this, because this one's not quite, that one's not quite as big. So let's just do a straight edge on that, so we can make that slightly wider. That's fine. That one was just a bit too thin for me, that piece. So we pop that in there, and then what I need to do is rip it a wee bit at the front so we get that white core rip mark. It's probably going to end up just as thin as the other one now, but anyway, whatever. That's fine. We just do that. Right. So please do always have a look in the information box. There's lots of information in there about my social media links. Also all the things, not all the things, but mostly I put links for most of the things I've used in the video. So please do have a look at that, because you know, it's always nice just to know where some of the stuff's from. I'm going to pop these on just at the bottom as well, like this, and because I'm going to put the holly, the mistletoe even, and the bow at the top side. So that's going on there, and then I'm going to colour these in. So I'm going to pop that just over here at the minute, and I'm going to get my piece of this just so I can colour in. I know I've got it on, so sometimes colouring things in that's still, if you can keep them in the piece of paper that they were die cut out of, sometimes it's easier to do it, especially with finer sort of die cuts. I find it's easier to do that. So I'm going to use red, I think, for the bow, and I'll use some greens. So I'm going to turn it round so I can see the bow. So this is a slightly lighter one, the R586, and the R865 is a bit darker. So I'm going to go in with a fine tip with the darker colour first. And I'm going to just go around there. And because you've still got it in the die cut, well, the paper that you die cut it from, it's not going to matter as much if you go over the edge, because you'll be taking that piece out. So yeah, it's not going to matter as much at all. I'm just going to come down here, do this bit as well, leave that wee bit there. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'll just do a wee bit more here, and then we can use the lighter one to just go over the top. So I'm just going to use the thicker end to go right over the top of this. Now I may have to go in with the slightly in between colour, because I don't think this is blending quite as well as, no. So there's a sort of in between colour here, which is R584 Coral Haze, which I think might be a slightly better blend. Yeah, that's slightly better with that darker one. Yeah. There we go. So that's that done, more or less. Yep. Now, what I want to do, there is a wee bit I just want to sort of chop away. So this bit here, which I just think would be better chopped away. I can get to it. I might leave that just now. So anyway, let's get some of the green out. So we're going to do some green, just different greens on here. So we've got this dark colour, which is deep olive green G345, and I'm just going to do a few wee bits of it where some of these lines are. Now some of these bits will pop out, that bit there pops out, and there's a few other wee bits. So I'm just going over the sort of veins of the, where you see the embossed bits of the leaf. I'm not really kind of, and I'm going a bit over some of the other areas. And I mean, it looks a total mess, but actually when it's done, it's actually okay. Right, so I'm going to now get, oh, where was that from? Down there. So I'm now going to get this one, which is bronze green G554, and I'm going to go over it with the thicker end as well. I'm just going to go straight over the top. It's probably quite a dark colour as well, but I'm sure hopefully you'll see. I don't think you will actually. I think this is even darker than the one I've used already. It doesn't matter, it's fine. It's not quite worked out how I thought. So just teasing that out. Now there's a couple of bits here that need to be poked out, that bit there. Is that all? Oh no, this wee piece here. I think that's it now, yes. So I'll put these there and I'll get rid of that, the bin. And I was going to try and take this bit out, but I'm thinking what I might do is, that obviously can come on, what I might do is just take the darker red, which is this one, and just kind of go into that area. Make that a bit darker in there. That's fine, that'll do. Right, pop them up there. So we're going to just pop these on now. So that's just going to go on there like that, kind of. So let's just get our, where's my tweezers? Getting another pile here again. I do have tweezers, here we go. Here they are. Right, so I'm just going to pop this down flat, as I call it. Flat. So get my glue. So just put tiny wee dots. So you can get the Gummy Pan dies from Misa Prints, which I'll put the link in as well there. You can get lots of other things. You can get Alexandra Renka dies from there as well. You can get, as I say, Gummy Pan, you get Studio Light. There's lots of different things you can get. There are other brands as well that I probably don't use. But yeah, you can get lots of. So we just want a little bit here, really, in the centre there, just to hold that in place. So there we go. That's really nice as well. I think that looks sweet, don't you? So I want to put a wee gem on there. So I'm going to go back to this and use one of the bigger gems, I think. So let's go for that red one here. Don't know why that's scrolled. Oh, I've got a star on it. I don't want that star. I just want this gem. There we go. I think that's pretty. Really pretty. I'm quite impressed with that. I quite like it. So I just want to get rid of them because there are some other things I want to pop on it. So now mistletoe does have white kind of. See if I've got other stuff. Let me just look in my box of tricks to see if I've got other little bits I can pop on this one. So I don't think there's anything in this. Kim Kelly from Cherry Kim gave me this in a swap now. I'm wondering if I could use some of these wee bits because that lovely, gorgeous, I love that eyelash ribbon. Now there are a few wee tiny balls here. Maybe I could put a couple on and get them for the mistletoe. So let's get this. So she's made this gorgeous wee box. I have used the gingerbread as well before on one of the other cards I did. So this is just the mistletoe has kind of white berries, doesn't it? So let's just have a couple of these tiny, let's see if we can find some more of the tiny white ones. And there's another one. So because this is a good pickup tool, I should just lift that up, that's good. Now obviously this card will be 3D now, so I probably wouldn't send it unless I'm sending a batch of them to somebody. I'd probably hand deliver this one. And one more. Should be able to get that one there. So that looks cool. I do like that. That's sweet. Sweet. I do like that. Excellent. And let me just see. Is there anything else I could pop on? I mean, there's a ribbon here. And wee hats, but I don't think. No, I don't think I'll pop them on at the moment. So yeah, I think that's basically me done. Really. I might pop a few other wee bits on. I usually do at the end after I've had a look at them. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and do let me know your thoughts. Do head over to Craft Addiction Misa Print for a look to see some of their products. They have got some nice products, and if you're interested in the Gummy Pan Advent Calendar, you will definitely get it there. I'm not doing it this year. I'm doing the Art by Marilyn calendar for a change, and also I'm going to be doing my own little challenge, which I'll be coming on the 1st of November to tell you about. So thanks so much for watching. As I say, do let me know your thoughts on these, and do check out my social media pages, because that's where you'll see the finished cards when I add all the extra pieces. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.